Chose Life made me this way.
I'm not gonna lie, that Black China shit I saw was really hella weird, bro.
Yeah, that was the laziest shit I ever seen.
Yo, she wants to stay relevant.
Yeah.
At all costs.
Whoa, okay, are we live?
Oh shit.
Are we live? Okay, hold on, man. Gotta play the classics.
Yeah.
Now y'all think this is Destiny's Child. Hold on. Shout out my boy Jay Dilla. The Library Podcast, Volume 8. We are back. I am now presented with Jared Patrick, Jawan Green, and Nelson Aldeji are shortly on their way. But since I'm about to go see Wakanda, I'm about to go to Wakanda. So they are on the way, so we just decided to start without them, but they are shortly going to be here. We got JP, Johnny P, the man in the hour, the man of the hour, excuse me. Clap it up for my boy Johnny P. Hey. Special friend of the show. And let me go ahead and shut off Jay Dilla, RIP Jay Dilla one time. But since Jawan and Nelson are running a little bit late, it is a very, very rainy day here in Houston, Texas. We're going to go ahead and start off with our music topic with my boy Jay Pizzle. We got two JPs in the house today, but we're going to start off the music topic with my boy Jay Pizzle.
For sure.
Jay, take him away.
Yeah, man. Hey, it's been a pretty cool week of music, man. Shoot, I ain't gonna lie, my boy Nipsey, Victory Lap.
Yeah.
Hey, how y'all feeling about that?
Yeah.
I'm messing with it, man.
I listened to it today at work, and it was actually pretty nice.
It's just,
that intro is crazy.
It's just the lane Nipsey had to stay in. He didn't do anything different, and he kept it real. And he always dropping knowledge, bro.
But the thing is, I feel like I could have heard that album with him on an indie. I still don't know why he signed a major. I think he's with Atlantic now.
Yeah.
I don't know why he did that, but hey, shout out to Mike Heiser and all those people out at Atlantic. And, but
I squad.
Yeah, I don't understand why he signed a major. He was doing the indie thing so well.
Yeah.
And but the album sounds phenomenal. He's got the Dream on the album. That intro on his album is probably a top 5 intro I've heard within the last 4 years. Like, it's a serious intro.
Hey, Blue Laces go hard too.
Yeah. I could say something about that signing thing though. What you gotta realize is people want to go bigger. People want to go bigger, and sometimes you know that the message you have or the project that you have that you're ready to drop, you need it to be bigger than what you could physically take it yourself, and you don't want it to go over people's heads, and you don't want it to be slept on sometimes, even though it's like you being slept on is almost kind of a good thing at times, but it's some things that you create, you're like, I want everybody to hear this.
Yeah.
So that's why you'll say, bro, he was doing good. Well, I don't know if Chance finally signed or something like that, but it's like all these independent artists that were doing so well, they're doing so well, and then you see them sign, everybody's like, why they sign? It's because they need to take it to the next level.
Yeah.
So I say that's why he did that.
So yeah, and no, it's funny. Vince Staples, he said something like that before, and he ended up signing because he said he needs to he got to feed the family, which is just keeping in the book. So I kind of respect that too, and then it makes sense though for boys to sign. And Nipsey got good backing anyways. You know what I'm saying? He got signed with what's that, Puma, and my boy, hello, Nelson and Jawan in the building. Hello, my bad.
Good, my boy.
You feel me? But yeah, back to Nip though, man. But yeah, Nipsey got good backing with stuff he got outside of just the labels part. So, you know what I'm saying? I see that boy doing his thing, and I don't knock him for even signing anymore because shoot, it's not my money. You know what I'm saying? So I can't knock
Speaking of neighborhood Nipsey, you feel me?
Yeah.
That's my man's. Hey, so
I see you jumped in right on time, bro.
For sure. I see y'all discussing the Victory Lap, huh?
Yeah.
Hey man, hey, double up.
Yeah.
Double
up,
bro. Like goodness. Hey, when I heard the dome on it, I was like, okay.
Yes,
my guy's back, bro. And I was also, did y'all see his Breakfast Club interview?
I seen parts of it.
Just saw it today.
Hey man,
like, he dropping gems though.
Cardi B needs to chill.
No, she got to. Hey, Cardi, we love you, but you can't be out here disrespecting stuff like that. You know what I mean? You gotta stay away from all that, man. You gotta stick to the music. You know. Make your money, keep it industry, alright. Yeah, but other than that, man, back to my boy Nip though, like he always didn't drop gems. Like even if you remember when he first came out, he spoke the same way. He always talked about investing in real estate. You know what I mean? Like, it was bigger than just like the rap music stuff. So like the Breakfast Club, that interview just kind of brought me back to like when he first came out. That just let me know that like he's always been a real one. Yeah. And he was also discussing like, you know, like how he had built relationships with producers and stuff. And I know he was talking to, like, regarding Victory Lap, he was talking about Puff and how like Puff used to throw Biggie like hella oops and stuff. Like, he was like, think about it, with more money, more problems. He was like, Puff was a genius because Puff is what made it all pop. Like, he was like, no disrespect to Biggie, but it took Puff's geniusness to be like, okay, Biggie had that interview when he was talking about, you know what I mean, you know, the more money, the more problems, you know. Yeah. Puff was like, I mean, Nip was like, you know, Puff took that interview. He said, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna play that at the beginning of the song. Then I'm gonna get the Diana Ross, you know what I mean, sample, and then you know, I'm gonna throw the beat on there. You know, we're gonna freak it, and then we gonna come out with more money, more problems, you know. And that's what happened. So he was like, man, hey Puff, I need you to throw me some oops too. Yeah. You know what I mean, like. So like, and as you can see, man, the tape like that, like the song that got Puff on it, you know, like you can see Puff doing a real good oops. So you know, the whole tape was fire. It was really perfect. I feel like you did a great job with that, Nip. So you know, continue to make great music and stuff. You know, we just gonna keep on supporting, man.
Yeah, for sure. It's funny. I think I seen a tweet. Somebody said Nipsey really dropped a hood TED Talks, man. And it's funny because Nipsey always in every like tape he drops, he has a song where he's pretty much giving you free game and how to invest and how to move around and how to not settle and how to not just be a product of your environment but not be a statistic in your environment. Yeah. So I actually like really respect where Nip was going with that, and I think for somebody in his stature and the credit that he deserves, man, I think he deserves to be bigger now than ever because of the message he brings to the table. But I know he gets backlash for certain things, but you know, he apologized for some stuff he had said a while back. So you know, I just want to see Nip. I want to see Nip go to the top, bro, because I ain't gonna lie, I seen a long progression from that dude, man, from way back like 2012 to now. So it's like I want to see that dude take off, man, all the way.
All right, well, right quick. Me listening to that Nipsey album was kind of like just a walk through life because I remember the first time I heard Nipsey. I think Nipsey really been out for low key a minute, and you don't even think about
2011, about that time period.
Yeah, bro, like, really. 2011 because he was on a XXL cover with Wale and them, right? Okay, so cool.
He was out before that though.
I think Wale was on 2009 cover. They were on the 2009 or 2010, one of them.
Well, that was 09. Remember we talked about that a while back. So that was 09.
Looking at that Nipsey album and seeing how far we've come through music, me and Johnny P here, a special guest, we low-key did a deep dive on just how music has really evolved from, let's go, the 80s to where we're at right now, and just how everything's kind of just brought itself back within time. So this is what JP said, and I'll let him carry out the conversation in a little bit, but let me go ahead and just bring everybody abreast. JP said dancing is dead, right? So think of it like this, guys. JP was saying in the 80s when hip-hop first came out, everybody was dancing, everybody was happy, everybody was jolly, right? He said in the 90s when Biggie and Pac came out, then hip-hop kind of changed moods a little bit. Everybody got more conscious, everybody got more lyrical, everybody stepped their pen up, right? Then what I noticed is when Biggie and Pac died, hip-hop was dark. Like very, very dark. X was dark. Eminem was dark. You know what I'm saying? Like Jadakiss and them was dark. The Lox was dark. You know what I'm saying? Everything just got really dark, right? So this is where we left off a little bit, and we had like a crazy conundrum and a nice little conversation as well before you two got here. 05, right? I want to say 05, and I'll let JP take it from here when I'm done explaining. 0405. My bad, Jared. 0405. You're looking at what then was an era where hip-hop turned into it being cool to dance. Because remember, everybody was killing Nelly for even what he was doing. Like, nigga, you soft. You singing. That's not hip-hop. That's not rapping. You know what I'm saying? So, like, 0405, what comes out?
Chicken and Beer, Ludacris.
No. That's still on the lyrical side. This guy's crazy.
0405, you talking about
Lean With It, Rock With It.
You feel me?
Franchise Boys.
You talk about Soulja Boy.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? We talking about Two Step,
exactly.
You know DJ Unk and stuff.
So we're talking about.
Hey, look, Fabo, tatted up. The ending get tatted up.
That's a nigga spiritual, bro.
That's more like 2006.
No. We're going up. We're going up.
Yeah,
progression.
The beginning.
I'll
of
let
that period,
JP then take it from here because he was explaining how that era when, or let me not say JP, I'm going to say Johnny. So Johnny is our guest, JP's the man. All right, so I'm going to let Johnny take it from here, but he's going to explain how really that movement went and then how from that movement how we got to where we are now, popping pills and sipping sipping lean and
Zanny
Percocets.
babies, man.
Yo, it's Johnny. So pretty much all I was talking about was that I feel like at that time, after the conscious stage, after the conscious stage, hip hop and rap, it went two separate ways for good. It was like club music, turn up music, ratchet music, hood, like stuff like that, or lyrical, or conscious, or your music has a message in it. And at that point, it went those two separate ways, and the only thing that changed was what mainstream put on the forefront. So both of the music was being made. That's why you brought up T.I. You could bring up Outkast. You could bring up all these people that was still going on at the same time. But those people were getting overlooked because mainstream was, nah, we want to dance. We want to crank that everything. Crank that JJY. Crank that everything. Crank that Batman. Crank that Spider-Man. Superman.
Aquaman. I said, yo.
Bro,
Yeah.
it was crank that. It was like you said, two-step. Walk it out. Crank that Niger boy. It was for the girls. It was 1-2 step. My goodies. It was, you know what I'm saying. Chris Brown came through. He came through. Run it. He was like, we gotta dance. You know what I'm saying.
Boys trying to bring that break dancing pop.
Exactly.
Oh,
And
Crumpin'.
Crumpin' had his whole little movement. Exactly. Texas had the whole Jig, Dougie, South Dallas Swag, Frankie, Flex.
Oh, you remember Party Boys?
Oh,
yes, exactly. That's when Young Nation really started becoming something. Like this is the era where it was like you gotta dance, you gotta know how to dance, you gotta create a dance, you gotta know how to dancing was sexy at that time. No matter how it was, no matter how you did it.
Yeah.
So then we got into that where it was like dance, 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 and then we just started overdoing it. Cali stole Dougie from us and started doing teach me how to Dougie, teach me how to. They went to jerk. Then it was jerking. They started putting on them skinny jeans. And it became Cat Daddy, Rag Daddy.
The Cat Daddy's a funny dance, man.
All that stuff. At that point, some people just got fed up. People was like, man, I'm tired of this dancing. Like, this is not. That's where mainstream starts saying, I don't know if this is still working. You know what I'm saying? The Soulja Boys was falling off. The D4Ls, they weren't coming out with hits no more. Nah. Atlanta wasn't producing them dances no more until they just all fell off.
That wave died because, during that era, it was like, okay, for you to be an artist and make it, you gotta have that dance track, and then from there you could just do whatever. So just like y'all was saying, like over was it like the decades or something?
Yeah.
The years,
eras.
the eras, like the type of music changes, like that dance era just died, and what came after that?
And that's when people were like, we gotta spit again.
Yeah,
I'm spitting, not only spitting, but that's when
Kendrick Lamar,
and people started getting dark.
Okay, but we also can't forget the Lil Wayne era, because Lil Wayne era was so long.
That was 06
to
09. 06
Lil
09
Wayne,
he ran the freestyle era.
Yeah,
okay.
Lil Wayne was in all of that.
And Cassidy. So this is what y'all mean when I say spitting?
No, that's why I said it mainstream. Okay. Like Cassidy, Jadakiss, these rappity rappers, they were still going hard, wanting to be heard, wishing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But only people that really knew about music like gave them the credit that they deserved, you know what I'm saying? Right. But the mainstream thing was dance. Even Lil Wayne superseded all of that though. Yeah. He was in his own lane, and he was kind of like T-Pain, like he was a hot commodity. You wanted him on every feature because he could do so much for your song. He could turn around your song. You could turn any song into a hit.
Hold up, Jay. Funny thing I seen is on Twitter. Somebody said, I feel bad for Mike Jones because when he dropped Mr. Jones by himself, that shit sucked. Lil Wayne jumped on it, and that's a legendary song. And that's how I don't like Lil Wayne like that as an artist. And not saying he sucks. That was my favorite artist. But what he did to people's songs, like you just said, he took it to a whole nother level. Yeah. That's how you knew Swag Surface.
Lil Wayne was Drake before Drake.
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
he
he was,
was
sure.
Drake before Drake, but Drake can't even be Wayne. I'm sorry. So
He
we
still can't.
Drake can't be Wayne, bro.
You wouldn't say that he's on a trajectory to do more than Wayne did?
He doing way more than Wayne.
Yeah, but I feel like they're in two different lanes, low key.
Wayne ran underground freestyle rap.
Low key.
Drake runs mainstream rap.
Yeah, because Drake does more than just rap. Like,
You know,
he's
and
on
sing and
SNL, you know, like he
Yeah.
hosts stuff. So it's like,
Nah, Lil Wayne
Man.
did that too.
what did Lil Wayne host?
No, Lil Wayne was.
Lil Wayne hosted Wildin' Out.
Lil Wayne ain't never been on SNL, bro. Come on, man.
You
Like,
crazy if you think he's never been on
but
SNL.
Drake hosted the ESPYs, huh?
Yeah,
Like, so you know, I just feel like
Jamie Foxx did too.
No,
let's
but
not
at the
even
same
say
time-
let's not even say Lil.
But you know what
Lil
happened,
Wayne is
though?
Drake before Drake.
But you know what? But you know what it is though.
What?
It's two things. First of all, we know, like, hip hop was never the number one genre in America up until recently. Hip hop was never the number one genre. It was never. So that's one thing. And you know, mainstream gonna go for whatever's popping. So that's a lot of reason why they now trying to throw all these rappers and hip hop artists in everything. Secondly, who is literally more marketable? Who can really go in front of SNL stage or Ellen and like still appeal to their audience and their fans? Drake can, and that's why Drake's roof is.
But
untouchable.
another thing is though, I don't feel like it's because Lil Wayne didn't have it in his bag to do that. I just feel like the times have changed. Because if Drake was around in 03, 04, 05, 06,
You probably would have been whack.
yeah, it wouldn't. Not that he would have been whack, but he wouldn't
be
have
competing
been.
against- he'd be
Yeah, it
competing
wouldn't
against
have been
Wayne.
like nowadays. It's like, you know, we got like the longer something has been out, the more it would touch the masses.
Yeah.
Therefore, you will have kids growing up wanting to do that.
Yeah.
So that's why, like in 2018, you got so many people want to be rappers. So many people liking rap.
Yeah.
That's the reason why you said
It's
they
the
have
number
so
one.
many rappers everywhere,
Yeah.
because it took time for it to get there. You
Yeah.
know?
And think of the technology that's out now.
Bro,
It's
now-
too accessible.
It's too
Hold on.
accessible.
First of all, listeners, I love when Johnny and Nelson are in a room together because all they do is argue about pointless stuff, and I love it. And y'all know I love going off in tangents, but today is not the day because I gotta go see Wakanda. I gotta go to Wakanda. So listen, this is what I want to say just to round it out because we're going off on the Drake versus Wayne topic, and I feel like that's great content for another episode. So what I will say about this is I want us to round up our evolution of music topic. I think that was a great topic because we still have to talk about the God's Plan video and other things that happen in the world of life. So where did we leave off? We left off in around 2013-ish.
Yeah,
Okay, Our Future.
Our Future,
Yeah.
Drake,
Mac Miller,
Hey,
like the
Ross,
Spitters, Big Sean, Wale,
Big
J.
Crit.
Cole.
So what kind of rap? That's just lyrical rap.
That's what
That
that
was-
that's the backpack.
That
rap.
That was
Just
yeah,
backpack,
yeah,
That's the backpack rap right there.
skateboard.
yeah,
backpack,
exactly.
yeah.
Lupe still had his a little
Kool-Aid,
juice back
Frozen
then.
Kid
Pizza.
Cudi.
If you could rap, if you could really rap, this was your time. This is a time where like Sways in the morning, like this is like
Freestyle,
everybody just wanted to prove that they could spit. You know what I'm saying?
I think at that time period too. I think a big thing, man, it was all about. I think that's when like vibes, like having like wavy vibes and like real smooth beats. That's when like Pharrell.
Wiz
You got people
Khalifa.
like Wiz Khalifa. You got Currency. Yeah.
Hey man,
Yeah, and so
Yeah.
when that happened, what happened was mainstream started feeling like, well, what really happened was all these artists, they were independent.
Yes.
So then that's when a wave of you could be independent and still run up your fans, because that's when the internet really started popping. You know what I'm saying? This is post LimeWire era. This is like when like you could
YouTube
could get music without
Yeah, the-
bringing pop-ups to your
converter.
Did I say them iPhones started popping? Like, you know,
exactly.
Yeah.
So then once that happened, once Twitter, all the social media started happening, these rappers now had access
nowhere.
without labels.
Yeah.
But what happened was the labels still came to give them a deal they couldn't refuse to scoop them all up. Once they did that, they had to make them mainstream because they put all this money into them.
Like,
So now this became mainstream. Pro Era and all these guys started. It was like you had to spit, and then all of a sudden people were just like, You know what? This is just too much for my brain.
Let's not forget the Chief Keef.
That's what it was getting to.
Yeah, that's what it is.
You're going a little too far into the story. No. But I wanted you to really intro that part of the story. But this is what I said, because he said Chief Keef. I think y'all are skipping over Future and
Future's
Thug.
after that. Because he was around because of course
Future
Tony
was
Montana.
after. Hold on. Stop. Everybody stop. Racks on Racks came out in 2011.
That's one song, bro.
Knock it off.
That's one song.
Knock it off.
Thank you. Bro, I went to Future concert, bro, back in the day with Tony Montana, Racks on Racks. It wasn't even the headliner.
Like that.
It wasn't even the headliner.
No, there's a difference between coming out and being the main thing.
Bro,
Chief Keef came out and he went
Chief
to
Keef
number 1 seed.
Man,
He was number 1 seed.
No, even before that. When Kanye West got on this guy's song, that was the change of everything. Everything went back to.
That was like
2012 or maybe 11.
11.
Yeah.
I'll say 11.
That was 11.
That's when they said
11.
we
It gotta have been
want
11.
ratchet
11 or 12,
music.
yeah.
I think it's 12 because I just got to see him.
I was in college when I Don't Like came out.
Within 12.
I was in the Walker County Storm Shelter the first time I heard I Don't Like, and I didn't like it.
I don't like that.
My roommate, shout out to Joseph Mitchell. My roommate, I didn't.
Oh, it was 12.
It was 2012 when we were freshmen. We were freshmen.
Yeah.
Chief Keef came.
It was summer,
and he
right?
Came hard.
Was it like summer 12?
Because he came out with
spring 12.
My egg out 300.
Okay.
He came hard. He came hard. And then this is what happened. He came. It's the same thing that happened to Lil Yachty, which we'll get into that. When he came out, people were like, the reason why he got so big is because you had people that were his cult following that was like, Chief Keef or die. And then those people like, this is so trash. But while you're saying this is so trash, you're still talking about it. So whatever everybody's talking about is what they're gonna push to the mainstream. So now Chief Keef, he came out with what it was I remember when that song dropped, everybody said, what is he saying? It was all kind of jokes like he's in 2 weeks. Everybody was jumping, singing. All boys on the old boys. Hey,
that's
catch
true.
it out. Hey, that's when the Chicago lingo just
went
took over
crazy.
Texas.
You realize Chicago created that. Chicago created
was the
glow. These guys they started a whole revolution for these young ops. That's what these guys started. So once they did that, the music that came after that was all branch off of Chief Keef, 300, Glory Boys, Young Chop on the beat, everything that they started right there. Once they went mainstream, it was a wrap. And Chief Keef brought all his Chicago people with him. He brought all Tato, Fredo, Lil Reese, Lil Durk. He brought all of them people with him.
He brought all of them with him, but only the strong survived. Cause I ain't heard Lil Reese since, and that was my guy. Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
And then okay, so from that's where we kind of. I mean that's basically where cult followings became the thing, and then lyricism became the second tier of what you really wanted to listen to. So in all, I think JP's really giving the credit of lyricism kind of taking the back seat to Chief Keef.
To his era of what music is now.
And we're saying that because Future's song wasn't, even though Racks on Racks was one of my favorite songs, but that wasn't that was YC and all them, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So Chief Keef, his first song was like his. Well, no, but then we really didn't know about Chief Keef until after Kanye. Yeah, you're right. So I mean,
it was the cult following. Once social media started, cult followings got crazy. So if everybody, I remember on Twitter, it always starts off as a joke. This new rapper is always a joke. Everybody's always laughing at them. That's how Lil Yachty popped. I remember watching videos of parody Lil Yachty videos. Like everything was a joke. Next thing you know, you see this guy. He's a sponsor for Sprite,
Yeah.
Nautica.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, once everybody's talking about it, hey, you're up there. So what you do now is up to you. He got everybody. That whole little phase, that Lil Yachty, Lil Uzi, they started this. They came to South by Southwest in Austin, and they said, we don't care if nobody, if all these people say we're not good. These 100 people in front of us love us. And they're shaking their head and banging and screaming one night. And so I'm going to keep on screaming one night until one night becomes what it became. Until Lil Yachty became the red beaded Reds Lil Boat that he is today. Simple like that. Co-following social media took it to a whole nother level. And now you see all these other artists trying to get on that wave. That's why there's all these little skies, little pumps, all these little because it's quick. It's like if I can get on quick, show my image, get a lot of people just talk about me. If I can just get them to talk XX, look at how this guy came up with his name XS. Has he ever explained that? I don't even think he's ever explained that, but it doesn't matter because you don't need to explain it. Come up with any name. The most recent hottest artist, his name is Lil Baby.
Yeah, I heard that.
Imagine that. Imagine his name is Lil Baby.
A grown ass man.
We've seen trash names in the past though. It's all about the music at the end of the day. But let's fast forward since we've kind of capped that off. I want to like rapidly get you guys' take on the God's Plan video. Now, for those who haven't seen the God's Plan video, it was released, I believe, this weekend. Or was it last week?
Last Friday.
Yeah, last Friday. And a lot of people had problems with the disclaimers in the beginning of the video where he told pretty much the whole world that the budget for the video was $1 million, and he gave it out to every single kid that he found walking down Dade County in Miami. So people hated it. I personally thought that it was a nice gesture. I think that was one of the most creative videos I've ever seen. I thought it was a creative video to take a budget and just completely splurge it and give it to the kids. And people are like, it's just a marketing tactic. Yeah. If it is, I don't care.
But mind you, Young Thug,
I don't care.
Hey, big, mind you, Young Thug fucked up his budget doing Wyclef Jean with not showing up at all.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, if he spends it on the kids, he's the world's biggest star. If you want to spend it on the kids, spend it on the kids. That's just my take. What do y'all think?
Drake knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
That guy's he took over Houston. That guy's gonna take over Miami. He's going to New York next. Next thing you know,
Memphis. Don't forget Memphis.
That dude's taking over everything. He know. Very, very great idea. Very great idea.
I'll
very
say
sincere
this.
video for sure.
Vic is definitely wilding, saying that's the most creative video.
It wasn't creative.
Go on YouTube and type in Busta Rhymes.
Facts.
Type in Ludacris.
Give me some more.
Type in Outkast. Type in Missy Elliott.
Okay, my main thing was I did say the most creative, and I'll retract my statement. I like things that are simple but impactful.
Okay.
Impact. I love impact.
Simp. That's why. Man.
Just say you're a wussy.
This guy plays a Lou J every week. And
Not a simp.
Nah, can I say one more thing?
Go ahead, Jay.
I feel like because what Drake did, a lot of people are very contradictory, and I noticed these things. People would tell you if you're gonna do something nice, just do it. You don't have to show anybody. You don't have to show anybody what you're doing. Yeah. You like it's almost like you could say he did it for the clout. He did it to show because I'm not $1 million is $1 million, but we know Drake got $1 million. We know he can. He said he's blown 500 in a club. So him giving 500 to a little kid, I'm sorry, it didn't just wow me. People were saying they were crying, but it didn't just wow me. Only because not only did he do it, but he said, I want this to be the whole video that I'm just giving out, and it wasn't even his money. He gave out the label's money. He gave out the label's money. So I don't know what really moved these people. but I feel it though. But I'll say one thing. Now that I see people's reaction, it has shown me that people do want to see you doing something good. Yeah. Although they say that is just for clout, despite that, people do want to see you doing something good, and it'll inspire somebody. It will.
Okay, see, when I first saw the video, like opposite of what JP said, like I was on Vic's side, man. Like it really touched me. You know, I was just like, damn. You know, like
I
Drake,
damn near died.
no, bro, I was
Damn near
like, son, like Drake is just that guy, and I praise him for, like, you know, all the things that he did, you know, like giving the girl the scholarship, you know, helping the families in need and stuff. The only thing that I was kind of like skeptical about was I was like, okay, you know, the scene where it was like he had the family like looking in one direction.
That was for sure fake.
Drake comes out of nowhere.
Y'all are hating.
Next to them, they didn't even notice.
All the cameras.
Oh my god. Okay, so
Why y'all hating, bro?
First of all, why were they sitting? They were sitting.
So how was that random? Yeah, how was that random? Y'all are all sitting
Okay,
down on
look.
the
Yeah,
looking
JP.
to the right.
Go ahead, Jared. No, talk to him, Jared.
The only thing that is about, they probably didn't know that he was giving them money. They probably like, hey, we want you for the film purposes.
No.
Let me tell you how stupid that sounds.
Do you know that university was crazy that day?
We're not even on that.
Talking about the people.
Listen.
Did that on one take?
No, listen. Look, let me explain this. You want to say why I don't believe that is because look at it like this. The whole family was sitting on the curb, right? Looking to the right. First and foremost, you know, hey guys, yeah, this is the set of Drake's God's Plan video. You know, they know this is Drake's video going on. Let's keep that a buck. So don't tell me that they didn't know Drake was coming. You know? It's like, okay, guys, look, this is what we want y'all to do. We want y'all all to look to the right. And Drake is going to sneak up behind y'all. He's going to sit down, and we want only the mother to turn around to the left.
I'm dead.
And then get everybody to
But okay, no, hold on. But if somebody randomly pulled up on you at South Park or a Dead End or Harm Clark and told you that, first of all, I'm not believing them. Number one,
what you mean?
I'm not. If a camera guy came up to me
It's
and was like, "Hold on, my guy, hold on. Can I finish? Can I finish? Let me finish." If a camera guy came up to me and was like, "Hey, yeah, we're on a set of Jay-Z's new video, Bust It Down, Baby," and I need you to look that way, and then Jay's gonna come right behind you, and I haven't seen Jay at all yet. In my head, I'm thinking, okay, I'm not believing this guy until I see this guy.
If you see Jay-Z buses, you see people with Jay-Z shirts.
Yo,
what?
Drake knows what he's doing. It was scripted.
It was all scripted.
That part was scripted.
Let me tell you one thing right now. Drake knows better than to come to Houston, Texas, and come to the grocery store while I'm there and say get whatever you want.
Hey, we're taking the lights too.
I'll call my mom and dad. Come from Dallas.
Scripted. Did you see the way those people were?
Get a basket.
Did you see the way those people were piling in those groceries?
Yeah.
Just on Black Friday alone, what happens in Houston is a madness. That's black. You're still paying.
Drake isn't stupid.
You're still paying. If somebody says it's free, it doesn't matter what it is. Everybody's just gonna grab
everything.
You're not looking for fruit snacks. You're not looking for Chips Ahoy. You're grabbing everything.
The whole shelf is coming.
Tell me that's true.
It was scripted.
Please tell me that's true. I can spend $1 million on groceries.
Okay. Listen. This is what I'm saying. This is funny. This is what I'm saying. Okay, so Jay, we feel half the cast feels like it's scripted, and then the other half feels like it's not scripted. Okay, so even if it is scripted, you hating or no? Because I still love it. Because he still yeah. You think the family's not keeping the 10 stacks? Those families are keeping that 10 stacks.
He gave them stacks. In the hood.
He gave them stacks though.
You know them niggas are just waiting for them for that set to leave.
When Drake leaves, what is gonna happen to that poor family?
Listen, all right, yo, we off on a tangent. We off on a tangent. This is what I will say.
No security.
No bank account. No bank account.
This cash in your house.
Oh my god.
And Drake just left. He just went straight to LA. All-Star Weekend. Hey. Bye. I gave you guys the cloud.
Bring back to their
listen. Hold on. Pause. All right, this is the funny podcast. All right, this is what I will say. It's been a big 2 weeks because we haven't talked in 2 weeks. I haven't even have you guys for the past week and a half. This guy Juwan wants to go to Wimberley, Texas. He wants to go to Fort Worth. He wants to go everywhere. So this is what I will say. It's been a big week. The day that we were done filming the last podcast, Volume 7, Look Alive drops, and that's another thing in itself. First of all, that Drake is very, very funny. Let me tell you how. This is going to be a very, very big year for Drake. Drake, what are you doing in the middle of the hood in Memphis, Tennessee, with 80 Crips? The song was, but I like the song. Johnny doesn't like Drake at all, and it's cool. I think he likes the old. That is true. It's okay. Whatever. He likes the old Drake. I don't think he likes the new Drake, which is cool. Whatever. But I think that video really. This is what we were talking about, and I want to spend a couple of chips on this. I don't want to spend too long on this. Is Drake not the master of the cosign?
Easy, because it's like
Easy.
You need honestly, if you're not an established artist, you need a cosign, and Drake is low key right now the perfect cosign.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
But guess what?
For the last 4 years.
But guess what? Look Alive was the worst feature, song, track, project, record, single that I've ever heard Drake's voice on.
Oh my god.
That was, if you rank every feature of Drake, every song Drake ever created, none was worse than I'ma spray just like Febreze. Came a long way for sitting in the. Yes, so I'm saying in totality, along with Drake's trash lyrics, well, they say he was paying homage
to Project Pat.
Yeah. So from paying homage to Project Pat to the end of the verse, it was very simple, very basic, very un-Drake like.
It was just a flow.
It was just a. He just came into the studio. He said, "I'm gonna finish this song. I'm gonna change your life." Black Boy also said, "Let's get the song done quick." He said, "You and you get the Lou." I said, "Okay, this will show you," and that goes back to what you said. As long as it's Drake's voice on it, the person's life is gonna be changed. I did not know who Dave was, the UK rapper. I did not know who Dave was until Drake made that Wanna Know song. Once he did that, I listen to Dave every day now.
But one thing I can't say is you was talking about, you said Drake's lyric was trash on the Look Alives, and you was talking about Black Boys. If you listen to Shoot and Rover, all his other music, that's the way he raps. That's the way, you know what I'm saying? It's not trash. It's good music.
Matter of fact, I ain't even gonna hold you. That was lyrical excellence from that song.
You feel me?
Yeah, for him.
You know what I'm saying? Cause in my opinion, I fuck with Black Boy. I like the music. You know what I mean? So by Drake putting those lyrics on the Look Alive song, he's just being a chameleon. He's just okay. Yeah. I can't be dummy lyrical on 913 Look Alive. You know what I mean?
Why waste great bars on a song that doesn't need?
Yeah,
that?
This is a club.
It's a club banger.
This is a club banger. You know, like, and then his pops from Memphis, Black Boy from Memphis, like, bet let me pay homage to Project Pat as well. Put my own flavor in it. Yeah, so that's why it sound like what it is. Like
and back to what we said about Drake, like the culture vulture thing. He not really culture vulturing if he has roots or something in that scene. And back to the co-signing thing too, because what you're saying, like I understand Jay, what you're saying about Drake, but it's not, he's not the biggest co-signer either. You got Jay-Z to be co-signing on people. You got Kanye to be co-signing on people.
Future.
No, none of those people go as big as Drake. Jay-Z has co-signed a million people. We still haven't heard of them to this day.
No, wait, come on, J. Cole, not Memphis Bleak, not the Memphis Bleak shit, not the Memphis Bleak shit.
But you can't.
But we talking about
leave people out. No, Jake, if Drake gets on your song, we know you. But we all know you. Simple as that. He doesn't even have to get on your song. He stole Drum's song. He didn't include Drum at all. And Drum came up to the scene just because they said I like to cha-cha and Hotline Bling was similar. So if Drake just comes near your song, near your melody, your life is changed.
We had that debate when we was in college.
But hold on.
So for sure.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is what we just said earlier. You said Kanye, Chief Keef. We didn't know Chief Keef until Kanye said. So what I'm saying is a nigga of that stature gets on somebody that level, they bring it. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But Drake right now is the only. He's like LeBron. He touches the ball, everybody's good right now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Kanye's a little different. He touches the ball. He wants to be good for himself first. Yeah. Then it's like I'm gonna pass it to somebody else. Yeah. And it's only gonna be somebody that's been trying to do it for a minute. So that's what I mean. That's what I'm meaning by that. Not saying because we know Jay-Z, Memphis Bleak ain't did shit since he's been saying it. But at the end of the day, it's artists that got that type of stature. But Drake right now is that.
Before we move on, I just want to get this clear with all of us that Drake is a culture vulture. Yes. You cannot say Drake is not a culture vulture. Oh, Drake, you love Memphis so much now. 10 years ago, you were saying you hate your dad. You hate Tennessee. Blah blah blah. Your dad's never been in your life. But now all of a sudden, because you want to take over a whole state, you want to go to Memphis. You want to shoot videos. You want to include your dad. Oh, Houston, right? He will claim to you that Houston is the one that found him. That's why he loves Houston so much. Lil Wayne found him. This Lil Wayne from Houston. They said so exactly. He's using every little thing. The other day he said Atlanta is his second home. How many second homes can you have? How many second homes can you have?
Drake, just in case
Choose.
Houston, Atlanta, Vegas.
Drake, just in case you ever decide to co-sign Johnny P, this is him talking.
Drake, get on the song if you like. I would dap you up.
I told this guy if Drake got on Hypnotic, he'd shit his pants. He'd shit. Hey yo, if he got on Hypnotic, he would shit his pants. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's the music topic. We got Lord of the Court popping right now. Hold on, let me get my shit together. Hold on, Lord of the Courty. So last week, Jawan played a Lou J for like the 30th time on this podcast. I didn't really appreciate that, but I mean, hey, what are you gonna do? What are you going to do? Okay, so mine is going to be... Should I go first? Yeah, I'm going to go first like I always do. Slipped under this girl, I want to say 2 days ago. Don't know where she's from. I don't know much about her, but she has an EP called Crush that actually just came out. Her name is Raven Lene. Raven is spelled Ravyn. Lene is spelled Lenae. This song is called Sticky off of her EP called Crush. So, ladies and gentlemen, vibe out. Catch a vibe, catch a wave. All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, that was my girl Raven Lene, and that was called Sticky off her project Crush. Go get that Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, whatever you can. I don't know who she signed to, but she looks great. So, Raven Lene, if you hear that, yes, this is the Library Podcast. Thank you so much. We got Jared, and I'm not gonna lie, I really like Jared's pick. Jared's pick is my shit. Go ahead and tell him about it, Jared.
All right, man. This is an artist. He's from the DMV area originally, but I know he's resides in Texas now. And his name is Enzo VVS. He got a song called Scandalous, man. That mug is sheesh. For sure. It's a dope song, too, by the way.
This is Scandalous by Enzo VVS, baby. VVS!
Deep bitch is scandalous. I fuck with you from a distance. You ain't my boo, my yeah business. I fuck with you from a distance. Diamond shining from a distance. Broke boy, keep your distance. I fuck with you from a distance. I got a feeling they lunch. I got a feeling they perfect. I'm out here moving so perfect. You take it as you deserve it. I fuck with you from the surface. I cut you off like no service. I pop up her, that's on purpose. That bitch a flirt, that's on purpose. These bitches scandalous. I fuck with you from a distance. I fuck with you from a distance. You ain't my boo, my yeah business. I fuck with you from a distance. Diamond shining from a distance. Oh boy, keep your distance. I fuck with you from a distance. I need a little baby who listen. Get up on no Simpson. VVS diamond necklace. VVS swimming in women. Young nigga, I keep it pimpin'. Oh boy, keep your distance. Come to these bitches, they with it. Baby, I'ma go get it. These bitches scandalous. I fuck with you from a distance. I fuck with you from a distance. You ain't my boo, my yeah business.
Alrighty. That was Enzo VVS. And that was Scandalous. Hey man, Enzo, hey, if you hearing this, man, I rock with that song too tough, bro. I haven't stopped listening to that song since Jared put me on. Shout out to Cypress. Now let's go with Jawan's pick. I guess he wanted to play it early. Let's go with Jawan's pick. Tell us about Maddie.
Man, actually, I don't know much about this dude, but I was just doing my searches for new artists, and I came up with a dude named Matty Woods, and he got a song named Hypnosis. Y'all know I come with the wavy.
The wavy what?
The wavy. That's it. Leave it at that. The wavy.
All right, this is Jawan's pick. Let me say that with some enthusiasm. This is Matty Woods. Shout out Matty Woods. This is Hypnosis.
DZ on the beat. Make it on her own, yeah. Never needed help, no. Baby, thought I told ya, me my homeboy soldiers, hunting for that dough, yeah, just tryna make the quota. Sipping on this blue juice, ain't no, there's not no soda. My cup ain't running over, a toast to us, let's pull up. Baby, thought I told ya, I do this for my whole set. My gang, yeah, they stay close, kept this cake on me like hostess. I work, I guess like no rest, with me round here, there's no stress. So trust me, Maddie knows best, they vision out of focus. You thought I wouldn't no test, you stuck inside my flow now, caught up in my hypnosis. This cup, it got me focused. No, you can't break the rhythm, this my mission. Best of luck to my opponents. Don't take me for a look it, cause they Maddie, boy, I grown up. Been waiting for this moment, I'ma take it like I own it. Drink it right about the bottle, pass it to whoever's closest. Off this liquor, I'm ferocious, never down and never hopeless. Paid the price for this life, call my shots and I'm wide open, yeah. Baby, thought I told ya, make it on her own, yeah. Never needed help, no. Baby, thought I told ya, me my homeboy soldiers, hunting for that dough, yeah, just tryna make the quota.
Alright, shout out to that boy Matty Woods. Shout out Matty Woods one time. That was Hypnosis, and that was Jawan's pick for Lord of the Court for the week. Next, we are actually going to dive into our special guest, Johnny P's sleeper. Now, Johnny P is an artist, so I'll go ahead and let this artist go ahead and intro his own sleeper. So go right ahead.
Only reason why we calling it a sleeper is because it hasn't been released yet. I literally recorded this last week. I was in my fields. I heard a great beat, so I did what I do best, and I put a little wordplay, put a little culture on the song, and we're gonna run through a little bit of it. I hope you guys enjoy it. This is Need You to Know Freestyle by Johnny P. I feel like Noah's proud of me, cause I gotta deal with these animals too. Or maybe no one is proud of me. Maybe I should be the one in the zoo. God's power save me. Lately been feeling like GPS, saving these kids daily. Lately been feeling like CPS. I remember watching PBS, I remember watching UPN. On my mama, we gon' get it in. I want pockets full of Benjamins. Not for me though, it's for my people. It's not for me though. I put my heart and my soul in this. I told myself ain't no controlling this. Had to explain to myself what the motive is. Looked around, told myself I need more than this.
Yeah, applying the pressure. I hit a home run when I met her. I get it, we better together. My heart has been wearing a sweater. My heart is so cold, it's a mini fridge. Except it's not mini, it's really big. I don't click with the same old kid. I don't bang with the same old gang. Yeah. I would be lying to say that I made it without any scars. I would be tripping to turn around now when I traveled this far. Put a cap in it, I only kneel when I pray to the Lord. I had to focus to make an escape like I ride in a Ford. The story was written before we read it. They didn't think we was getting better. Always put you before any letter. Always put you before me and you. Always gonna do what I need to do.
That was a boy Johnny P. And that was Need to Know Freestyle. That's a man, Johnny P. And next with the Lord of the Court, we are going to have Nelson. Unfortunately, oh man, who is this, bro?
Man, act like you know, B.
Yo, this guy is crazy. All right, Nelson, intro this guy, please.
Man,
We don't have time for this guy.
Like, shout out to my guy Jay Critch. You know, he shine with Rich Forever, with my boy Richie Kid. You feel me? The track is low key. It's kind of old, low key. It's not a new track, but it's one of my favorite tracks by Jay Critch. Y'all know him. You know, he did it again. You feel me? From New York, so y'all check it out.
Hey, damn, Jay Critch, her fade, Talk Money Gang. Whoa, 30 that. Hey, yeah. Hey, get in the green like Yoshi. Get in the green like grocery. Stay the same, that's what my mama told me. She know the name, that's why she wanna blow. Nigga feel the pain, that's why real niggas know. When she see the change, she gon' bust it wide open. Fresh pint, told her bust it wide open. Fresh Prince, these niggas is joke. Ever since I got it, shorty, act like she knows. I'm bowling the fifth facts like I'm Kobe. Rockin' the Air Max like it's open. Stay the same, that's what my mama told me. Stay high, now I got it wide open. AI, bitch, I'm always wide open. I'm bowling, niggas staying on that broke shit. These niggas stay hating on that broke shit. Say he getting cake, but he bogus. Nigga, you ain't ready, you ain't focused. Remember I was on a wave, posted. Got your bitch giving me face, choking. These niggas broken, I ain't joking. Smoking a blunt in the bank, pulling. Say you a shooter, you ain't toting. Lot of checks, but no Nike on me. Hot tech, pour up a cream soda. Get rich, money picking the phone up. Thick bitch, I'ma give her the cobra. Hey, they was sleeping on me, now they up in the morning. Hey, she be eating, but she just a freak, I don't want it. Hey. Get in the green like Yoshi. Get in the green like grocery. Stay the same, that's what my mama told me. She know the name, that's how she wanna blow.
All right, big shout out to Jay Critch, man. That was Yoshi by the homie Jay Critch. Shout out New York. That was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
Rich Forever boy.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not gonna lie. This is the funniest music segment I've ever had in my life. These jokes were forever ever, bro. But that is all for the music topic. We are going to go ahead and take a quick break and switch over to the entertainment topic with Nelson Ayodeji. This is the Library Podcast. Stay tuned.
Hey, all this money, yeah, I gotta get it, yeah, you're on the road. Baby girl, yeah, on the road. Baby, might as well on the road, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Talk about music back in the day. This shit was the shit. Yo, what happened to Rich Boy, bro? Oh, my God.
He became broke boy.
Rich Boy became broke boy.
Hey, no, it's crazy. I thought Alabama people was finna take off for real, though.
Is he? Oh, he is from Alabama, huh? He said that in every song. Yeah, nah, he was true. Where's Young Buck from? Alabama? No, Georgia.
He's in Tennessee.
Yeah, from
You're right. Shout out to my homie Rich Boy, and this was a huge song. This is the live topic of the Library Podcast. Once again, Volume 8. Once again, we have Johnny P, special guest here. We have my man Jawan Green here. We have Nelson Ayodeji here. We also have Jared Patrick here. And I think I have something for the live topic today, right? And let me go ahead and turn off the music because this is where it gets really, really serious for me. All right, so what I experienced this past weekend was something that was kind of egregious yet very monumental in my life, right? So this is what happened to me. I have a friend that shall remain nameless. I promise I would, protect his anonymity. Excuse me. I would protect his alias, basically. And I told him, or he told me about a situation that he's currently going through. So, a girl that he's really close with actually invited him to their wedding, right? Invited him to the wedding. There's nothing wrong with that. We've all been invited to weddings before. Love weddings. Weddings are great, beautiful. Unions, forever ship, all that. Love it. Now, the only problem is this guy used to have relations with the girl who invited him. Now, they're cool after the relations, but it was still in the context of her fiance, soon-to-be husband, knows that they have relations, right? So she knows they have relations, and he low-key didn't really take heed to her inviting this guy, my friend, to the wedding. So I'm trying to ask you guys in the live segment, how would you feel if you got invited to a wedding with a girl who you used to, be sexual with, and her husband knows that? Would you go?
Nah.
Or would you not go just off of like bad?
Well,
I don't want no bad karma. Because if that happened to y'all Nelson, y'all know y'all would wild out, and me included. And me, I'm not, any better than the next man. I would too. Jawan, I don't know what y'all would do, but I feel like it was something that I had to bring up to some people that I really trust.
Man, honestly, if I first thing, it depends on the time period when they was messing with each other.
Okay, it was 3 years, but no. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. The relationship ended 3 years before, like, the girl met the guy.
I mean, you kind of good then. At the same time, but as a guy, if I got invited to it, I wouldn't go to the actual ceremony. I'll pop up at the reception. Hey, congratulations. And chunk my deuces.
Honestly, man, it just depends. Cause he used to mess with the girl, and then they stopped messing with each other. Then 3 years later, she met her husband. Right? Is that what we saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
How cool is the guy and the girl? Are they like real good friends or just?
In the past they were closer, but they still keep communication to the point where she considers him a friend. Just not around. Sexual, she just wouldn't bring him around her fiance.
Okay, well, I mean, that's the thing about it.
So her fiance doesn't know him like that, but of course he's met him and he knows of him.
See, okay, well, you gotta look at it like this then. From the dude's point of view that was invited to the wedding, it's like, okay, yeah, you guys mess with each other, but y'all don't mess with each other anymore, But y'all still was able to maintain a friendship after the whole sexual ordeal has ended. So if she invites me to the wedding, yeah, I'm gonna go. You know what I mean? Like, that's still my friend. Like, the past is the past. Like, that's my friend. Like, she's going on to the next step of her life. I'm gonna support her. And as a fiance, he shouldn't have no problem with that because, man, that's your wife. You can accept
Nelson,
her past and everything that comes with it.
I like how, accepting of this you are right now. But if you were the fiance, you've watched The Best Man before. You've watched The Best Man before. Now, if you were the fiance, me personally, I don't want nobody that my fiance has ever been involved with sexually at my wedding.
But
is that a problem?
It's only
is that a problem? Because you know you to say, don't do this for the podcast. Don't do this for the podcast.
No, that's different. That's
and he didn't know until
he didn't know until you read that book.
I don't give a what.
It's only a problem if they're not friends like that. Like, okay, y'all was smashing, then y'all stop smashing, then I don't know where she just invite homie to the wedding. Then I'm gonna be mad. But it's like, okay, we used to mess with each other, but then we stopped. But we maintained strictly a friendship.
Platonic.
Yo, that's your friend. Like, at the end of the day, like, that's your friend. Like, I can't knock you for that. Like, I just gotta accept it because I trust my gal enough to know that. Well, she at this point she's your fiance. So I trust my fiance at that point to know that she's not doing anything fully with the man. So it's
honestly, I think it depends on how the husband or the fiance feels. Honestly, if he's insecure, then you potentially not potentially, but about to become my wife. Hey, I'm your husband now, so it's like if I don't feel cool with this guy that you have a relationship with coming to our wedding. Hey, I'm gonna have to. You can be like, nah, he can't come at all. So it depends on how insecure that person is.
I'll say, more than insecure, it depends on what type of relationship you guys had. Yeah. If this was your high school lover, you were down to shoot for him, kill for him, you were ride or die, you loved this guy so much, this guy broke your heart or something like that, and then you guys maintained a relationship afterwards, no, he's not coming to our wedding because I don't want him to see what he missed out on and pull some Dwayne Wayne objection. No, because somebody's dying that day. So as the man, that's the only reason why I have a problem. If that's one of your bodies, even though I don't want to know like who your bodies are, but if it was just one of your bodies and you guys became friends, and this is way before me, 3 years before me, then I have nothing to say about that. That's your friend.
And think of it like this, that's more common now. Like a lot of people been in some wedding. You be like, you cool, you know some shit. Like,
exactly.
But it's like, like you said, like the one of those. If this had nothing to do with me in the past, and we move past that now, you should be able to move past it. But like you said, if the relationship was like that's your ex, is that your ex? Nah.
If I'm the guy, if personally me, if I was the guy, I'm not going to your wedding. What am I going to like you said? I'll go to the reception. Juwan said I'll go to like the reception part, but to go sit there and I have to be your real friend. I don't go to weddings for no reason. Like I don't just go to weddings like, oh, I know her, so I'm gonna go to her wedding. Like we have to have, from that time where we was doing whatever to now, we must have built some type of relationship where I'm just cool with you enough that I want to be there on such a momentous moment in your life.
That's what we were saying. Like, you know, like they stop messing with each other. 3 years later, she meets her soon-to-be husband. So like, yo, we ain't been messing with each other for what, 5-6 years.
Best of luck to you. I'm looking for my own number one. So I'm glad you found yours. So yeah, you not mine. We didn't work out. Whatever happened, and Vic just gonna stir up some controversy and walk out. But yeah, hey homie, fiance or newlywed, but don't trip about it. Hopefully your girl's over it for good.
For sure.
Man, actually, I take that back. That's actually kind of disrespectful, man. Don't bring your ex around me, man. Don't bring your ex around me.
And I know.
Don't bring your ex around me, man.
Like if it's a
on
party,
our day, it's not even around me. This is like our day of joining together. When this man says, "Does anybody object?" I don't want no possibilities, because I brought the toolie with me just in case somebody's dying. If you object on the day that I've decided that I want to get married, I finally settled down, and you came to ruin that. Hey man, me and you, I don't care.
It's me and you that day.
And then I'm leaving, and then I'm just walking away from it all. Continue my player ways till I die. I tried. The one day that I tried, this is what happened.
It's a sign.
It wasn't meant to be.
Oh man. I understand. That's a mixy topic, man. That's a whole mixy topic.
Yeah, that's
depending on what you're looking at. So shit. But I mean, shoot, with life, man, we can move past life now, because that shit was kind of crazy. But
moving on,
we're gonna move right along with entertainment. We're gonna go ahead and hit that hell right now.
Yeah,
Young Nelly Nell, you got some heat now.
Feel me? But okay. It's a lot that's been going on in entertainment.
Hollywood wilding.
Too much going on.
You know, Black History Month, man. It's so much black. You feel me? We got
feel me?
Black Panther, Black China.
Man, in my opinion,
Black Excellence.
I saw Black Panther this past Sunday, and honestly, very, very good movie. Very, very good movie.
Great.
A lot of references in there.
Yeah.
But
I do
think
think
the positives.
No, you gotta talk about it for real. You gotta talk about the truth.
No, we gonna get there, but right now, let's talk about the positives.
Okay, one positive thing outside of the movie. I mean, how much money this movie made.
Yeah.
Even beforehand, breaking
Crazy records. Yeah.
Breaking records, which I think, and I like the fact that is
widely, mostly majority black movie. African movie. Yeah. That's crazy. That's unheard of.
I loved it because of the fact that, like, you know, the Black Panther, the comic, you know, it's been around for so long, since the 60s, you know, and like it finally making it to the big screen is like huge, you know, because like it was kind of like one of those comics that didn't get the attention that it deserves. Like he would get bits and pieces in like the Fantastic Four's cartoon series or you know, like the Justice League cartoon series or Captain America, but like he finally got his own thing, you know. So that was big to me, because like I remember when like we got a first glimpse of it, that the movie was possibly going out, you know, it was
Avengers. Captain America.
Yeah.
Captain America.
And then it was actually like, you know, those little Yeah, not even before that though. Like like those little sites that tell you the movies that are coming out.
Oh
in
yeah,
like 2, 3, 4 years.
yeah.
It mentioned Black Panther, so we was hella stoked about that. That it finally made it to the big screen. And I just loved like how in the movie like they took the description of Wakanda and they made it like so realistic, because the comics explain a little bit, and like if you look at like just descriptions like online, like it says a little bit, but like the way they had it, like it was like it's like regular Africa, and then you just go through this like invisible
shield.
You know what I'm saying? And then you
go
got
through
the
a whole little world.
You feel me? Like take like flying trains, cars. Just, you know what I mean? I'm just like so like I just loved like I loved like the way they just set the movie up. I love how they had Ryan Coogler to direct it. Like
shout out to him.
You know what I mean? Cause like homie Hood, like if you listen to his like interviews and stuff, like he sound like us. You know what I mean? Facts. So it's just like man,
good dude with a vision.
You feel me? Like that's just live. Like everything was so live, and like even though I feel like some people do get the wrong message from the movie in a way, I still love like the conversations that it sparks and like the movement that it got, like making everybody want to dress up and go to the movies and stuff, making people want to go to ancestry.com to see their roots and stuff, like like if this is what it takes, then it's like you can't do nothing but be happy about it.
That's true. It really, and I'm glad it came out Black History Month, man. That was much needed.
As well, that was thought out way in advance. That was thought out. They playing that for sure.
Sure. I do appreciate the movie for what it is as a superhero movie. First and foremost, I do appreciate that. In this generation, the kids coming up, this is their first image of seeing positive black, besides Barack Obama.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
James.
Like and LeBron.
But that's sports. That's sports though.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But as in the image of who do you want to be when you grow up? You know what I'm saying? So to see that it's just good, because we grew up in a period where we could say like, oh man, we got we seen Black Panther, Shaka Zulu, Man Mooses. We have a little bit of history that we know that the kids don't know today.
Yeah,
they don't even know their Black history. They don't know. Some kids don't know who Martin Luther King is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But now they got a day off for it.
Yeah.
So it's like it's just to see that and to have that positive image stoked right there. It's gonna build up for that generation to see more positive blackness and black royalty. To appreciate the black royalty, your blackness. So I like that, and just the movie itself, man. The production, the fight scenes, just the comic relief, the just historic knowledge and everything they had in there. I liked it.
Yeah,
I appreciate it. Now, I'm not going to say, oh, it's the best movie ever. I don't want to say, because someone's going to top that. But as in today in this time period, man, it was much needed just to see and to have that image go.
I say it was top Marvel movies so far. The other movies, I could say they're good, but it's almost like they wanted it to be funny so bad. Like they added so much more comical aspects into it, where it was like, okay, I get it. You're trying to, I guess, reach the kids or something. But for us who's like interested and we're like zoned in, like this was the movie from front to end. Like you want to pay attention to what's going on, because you're like, one, for us it's very relevant. Like we're catching on to every little line. Like that's why we went crazy when Killmonger say, "Hey auntie," you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like other people probably didn't even know it, you know what I'm saying? Didn't get no, but just for us, you know what I'm saying? That's like big, and just little stuff like that. I saw it the first night it came out, and I'm actually trying to see it again, because I know I missed stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no way I caught everything that they put in that movie, so I'm trying to see it again. I'm down to add more bread to the staggering number that it's already at, and I'm going back to it. I feel like the problem is the biggest opponents to the movie and everything that the movie is doing is our own people, which I just do not understand. How I understand there's gonna be haters, but why does it have to be our own people? Like that makes no sense. If we could be unified on one thing, why can't we just be unified that this is a great movie, like this is a great accomplishment, like this is something historic, like this is a positive thing. However, it's people on Twitter, on Instagram, in real life, like ready to fight for the reason why this movie, it wasn't a good representation of black people, it's counterproductive, saying all this stuff, and I'm just like, why? Especially like right now, why? I don't understand that at all. I hate it. I really hate it.
It's possibly because, maybe some people just want, like, okay, we gonna finally get our, like, huge lead role, first black superhero, like, it gotta be perfect, you know what I mean? And it's kind of hard to satisfy everybody,
Exactly.
That's what people don't understand. Like, you can't satisfy everybody.
To me, it was very close to perfect. They portrayed the roles, even though some of them accents was very
Forrest
off.
Whitaker was terrible.
Very terrible.
Them accents were off. They portrayed the roles that they needed to. Bro, Michael B. Jordan, he portrayed the role of just the symbolism of angry African American. The need for retribution. He was the symbol for that, and he portrayed that to the T.
I gotta chime in on that because low key, man. Hey, Mike, shout out to you. Like the way he played Killmonger, however you say Killmonger. Feel me? Like I didn't even like really like consider him a villain.
Yeah.
Like I just considered him more so misunderstood, and he just didn't know how to go about handling his anger or like the way he felt about certain situations, because I understood like, you know what I mean? I understood his pain so much that I was like, yo.
And that's why this is exactly the problem. People keep thinking surface level. People don't understand. I've seen people say, they portrayed this guy as the villain, but just like Nelson said, he didn't see him as a villain. No, you don't understand. They did that on purpose. When have they ever showed you the villain side? When have they ever brought sympathy out of you? It's a movie. They're doing this on purpose. They're showing you. We don't get to see the villain. We don't get to see Venom's side. We don't get to see. Well, some movies they do, but never has it been like. They are trying to draw some type of empathy, sympathy, feelings for this guy. Like, he's not all bad. And what does that relate exactly to? Black people in real life.
It's crazy, just to piggyback off of that. I mean, that's exactly true. Like Nelson said also, he didn't know how to go about handling it. And, like, he was just showing that he was a product of his environment.
Yeah.
How he was a product of his environment, came up poor and all that. But one thing that a lot of people don't know about him, they're so focused on him being the villain. Man, the thing that I like to because I'm real big on like academics and progressiveness. Yeah. And what a lot of people don't know is that Eric Killmonger, his character is actually he got 2 degrees. He got his master's from MIT, and he has a PhD as well. And people don't realize that's a form of promoting academic excellence.
Exactly. And even with it's all symbolism. Even with his PhD, the world, all these people still see him as a villain. Even with everything all these black people in real life are doing, they can be not only seen as a villain, but killed as a villain. And their death is like a victory. Like, he's dead. Thank you. He's gone. Like, you did it. You're the hero. You killed him. And I love how they made it African killing a black, because not because I want to see Africans killing blacks, but he's half. But I love how they made it that, because that's real. In real life, there is a divide between Africans and all other black people elsewhere that are not directly from Africa. And that is divisive. And white people play a part in promoting that. They'll tell you. That's why they love to run with, they sold you guys to us. They sold slavery. That's oh my gosh, and I hate that so much, because check this out. First of all, they put that in their textbooks.
History lesson 101 by Johnny P.
In African history, they don't speak about selling Africans to the white people. They speak about slavery. There's slavery in Africa. There's slavery all over the world. But never did they speak about selling it to white people, and especially not in that magnitude. If anything, there's no amount of money that the white people had to pay for all of those people. These are people that if these were slaves, they needed them in their home. So why would I sell my maid, my slave to you for nothing? Which, how much did the white people really come with? They came with guns, and they said, they probably came at them like, okay, we'll buy. And then once they started buying, they said, okay, this is not enough. We need more. Yeah, so that's when they began to round. How can you sell that many millions of humans? Who's selling them? At some point, the seller has to get sold.
The thing about that, and you're totally right. You know, eventually they took instead of just selling. But to backtrack though, we did sell. Like the Africans did sell, but it was because of like this. You know. Of course, like, you know, it's slavery everywhere. Yeah. When you're one tribe and you go at war with another tribe and you conquer that tribe, those people become your slaves.
Possessions. Yeah,
you know?
Exactly.
So they sold their slaves from other tribes, not their own people. Yeah. You know what I mean? But like, you know, they sold prisoners of war.
Prisoners,
you know?
exactly.
It's simple. And then it became, okay, you know, you sell us about 10, 15, and then it become, okay, we got guns, now we're going to take. Now we're asking anymore.
Exactly.
Just like you said, the seller ends up getting sold, and that is exactly what happened.
Exactly.
You know?
But they want to say these million, bro, you know, they had to come up with a law for people to stop going into Africa and taking people. They had to ban the slave trade. Like, they had to come up with a law to stop human beings from going, kidnapping, and selling other human beings. They had to ban the transatlantic slave trade. Look how evil that is. And then after that, you guys still decided, hey, well, we got these guys, so from what we have to make it multiple. So let's start breeding. Let's start doing all kinds of stuff. But one thing we cannot do is give them power. And then they come 200 years later, 300 years later, and they say, well, why are you still acting like, no, why are you still behind?
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
And JP, we going
we went way off track.
Yeah, we way off track. We way the hell off track. But it's a good history lesson for the people that don't know. And going to what you just saying about how they changed the laws, how they tried to keep the body, strip the mind.
Yeah.
Willie Lynch letters, we can go there all day. I can hit you with that all day. Yeah. All the tactics that you know we had to go through
strategic
in order for us not to progress into this time period now.
Yeah.
Right? But you know what I'm saying, I do appreciate the lesson that you're giving, because some people don't know that. And to go back to the movie right quick, because that's entertainment. Yeah. To go back to the movie, I think it depicted the separation part right there when you said it. You know, when Black Panther, he got Killmonger and they was fighting and killed him, boom. And then, you know, at the end, of course, Killmonger had to kill himself. Yeah. Fuck the spoiler, who cares? But as you know what he said before he died is the key component of just a black man being oppressed and fighting for what he feels is best for him. Yeah. And knowing that, man, this is bullshit that I live in, and you don't know. And that's when I think they got to make a Killmonger movie to get the cultural differences to understand, because I like how they brought the Oakland. You know what I'm saying? That's rough. Exactly. And it's recent. You know, 1992 was when it started. Exactly. So it's recent. He's just a young cat. This is like you said, he doesn't know how to get all that pent up aggression. Yeah, he was killing people already. Yeah. But he said, I'm trying to find a way to get to where this guy is because he has the status because of my dad. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And honestly though, like I don't think Stan Lee and Marvel's objective was to make us watch the movie and feel like this regarding like the separation between African Americans and like Africans and stuff, you know, because like if that's why I feel like some people did not like the movie, because the movies are never 100% like the comics. Yeah. But you know, like you can see the big difference in between the comics of Black Panther and the movie, because if you read the comics,
it's a lot.
Killmonger. His in the comics, his dad,
New York.
Yeah, but they're originally from Africa, from Wakanda.
Yeah,
and then his dad was killed by
Captain America.
His dad was killed by Claw.
Claw,
His family was exiled to New York.
Yeah.
You know, so like Killmonger was really like, you know, he wasn't his like his cousin the way they depicted it. You know what I mean? Because Captain I'm saying Captain America. The original Black Panther, T'Challa's father, his brother was actually a good person.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
he wasn't a bad person at all.
Yeah.
But in the movies, they made it as if Killmonger's dad was T'Chaka's brother. You know, he was a bad person, and in actuality, Killmonger and Black Panther weren't even related.
But I mean, his dad Killmonger. You've been saying it wrong the whole time, bro. You've been butchering it.
What you mean?
Killmonger.
Killmonger.
Killmonger. I'm still.
But nah, his dad still had the same motive.
Same motive.
His dad still had the same motive.
No, in the comic books, they weren't. No, they weren't related.
No, we're not saying related. They're saying their dads were
the same motive.
Oh yeah, his dad had the same motive. Cause and you know that's the reason why they got exiled and stuff.
Yeah,
you know,
same motive, trying to get resources. But real quick though. That's why I like the movie, because you know you can see the wrongs and the rights on both sides.
Yeah.
But you know what's crazy? The way it's depicted, the way that Eric Killmonger, where he comes from, I think it comes from a standpoint where, you know, how we were brought up, you know, how there were slaves, you know, how these individuals were, and you know, in captivity for so long. Yeah. But you know, Wakanda kind of gives the depiction as if say, what if we were never slaves?
Yeah.
You know, what if we had education?
Been? Yeah.
That's saying that it was a utopia. That was like this beautiful place, all this technology, and I can see why they don't want to share it.
They don't want to share it.
No, but it's not that they don't want to share. The thing is the fact that like. You okay?
They don't want to share it.
No, but look at it like this though. In Wakanda, okay, it's a utopia. In Wakanda, we are above we are technologically more advanced than everybody in the world. You know,
what
but Killmonger's saying, you know, in America, you know, we black, we depressed, we're oppressed and stuff. You know what I mean? We out here, we struggling. You know what I mean? We got police brutality, all of this, all of that. It's not that Wakanda doesn't want to share because they're selfish. They don't want to share because of the fact that if you let the whole world know what we got going on, what happens if everybody has the power that we have?
Exactly.
Look at the wars that can start.
Exactly.
Killmonger wanted to get vibranium, you know, get the weapons from,
take it to
you
the
know,
US.
and take it to the U.S. Okay, you take it to the U.S., you give it to the people that are oppressed, and what happens? It's a war. They say we're gonna fight back and we take over, and this what happens. It just causes more chaos. So Wakanda said we cannot allow that to happen. For the safety of not only us but the whole world.
But which is, goes back to what Juwan said. It's right and wrong on both sides, because it's still selfish, knowing that there's other Africans, other black people out there suffering. Now, how you go about bringing peace and alleviating that suffering is what Killmonger did wrong. He was like, they fought us, we're gonna fight back, and we're really gonna kill them. It's just like Malcolm X. It's just like Malcolm X, Martin Luther King. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think up until the end, and that's why I don't think the movie's definitely not over. You know what I'm saying? It's this part one. You know what I'm saying? But there has to be a Martin Luther King aspect of this, because Killmonger's the Malcolm X. He's like, by any means necessary. Like, imagine if Malcolm X had a cousin in Africa with this type of power, that if he brought this to the Nation of Islam in America, they could change everything. Malcolm X would be Eric. That's exactly who he would be.
Then T'Challa becomes MLK,
and then
he's the more on not only be on the soft side, but like just
reasonable.
He doesn't want that violence to occur. He's the protector.
So let me ask you a question then. So then, if you were T'Challa and your cousin Killmonger was like, hey, you know what? Help us. We're in America struggling. Help us. How would you help him with the vibranium that you have? Because you remember, you got to protect your whole country as well. You got to protect your whole country.
Now, don't give all. Just give.
I would say
because also remember,
I would say
there's other countries in Africa that are struggling as well.
Yeah, but check this out.
Nigeria, it's Kenya,
check this out.
It's Ethiopia.
Check this out.
It's like, yo,
check this out. That's when you actually have a sit down. You say, okay, what are you trying to accomplish? All right, the same way that his dad was trying to sneak it, now we can fund it. Now we can sponsor it. But we're not going to sponsor it if you're trying to do some type of crazy, violent uprising.
But what is the right way to fund it? Because if you fund it by any way to only the African Americans in America, you're automatically giving them the upper hand. So then everybody's not gonna think like you and be on the same page. To be
having
like,
the upper hand,
let's keep it peaceful.
Having the upper hand is not the problem. It's what are you gonna do with the upper hand? White people having power is not the problem. Somebody has to have the power. It's what they did with the power. That's black people. A lot of these black people, if they have power, they will do exactly what white people did, if not worse, to anybody that's below them. You know what I'm saying? That's what power does. But that's why Wakanda's showing you a way. Okay, we have this power, and the only way we know how to not abuse it is to keep it to ourselves. That's the only way. But I feel like later on progression, they're gonna learn how to somehow. You know what I'm saying? And that's also a symbolism to the real world. There's a lot of people that have this, but they're running in the wrong direction with a head full of steam. So once you sit back, you team up and you collaborate, how can we equalize things without being violent? You know what I'm saying? Like it's a crazy. I love that movie, man.
The best thing they should have did was like at the end, if you see he had a meeting with like the United Nations, that's perfect because now you could fund, like if you do decide, okay, you know, we're gonna start giving out our resources, let's fund it to everybody. So as long as we're all on the equal plane, you know, like no one's above anyone else, you know, and it can't be as traumatic. And they are gonna have a part 2 because in the comics, bro, Killmonger never died.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
He beat Black Panther every time. Black Panther always needed somebody else.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
I feel like Killmonger's gonna come back alive.
Yeah, like unless we see his head chopped off, they're never dead, man. They're never dead. How can he die?
Hold on, for the podcasters, we've been on a hard ass tangent for this Black Panther. I feel bad for what's about to be the next topic, but as we keep on going along with this topic right quick with Black Panther, we just. Go see the movie.
Go see the movie, man.
Great movie.
Because you just listening to us talking about it is going to be like one thing, but honestly, it's so much in depth and it's so much and it sparked. And I'm glad it sparked this type of conversation because you see the differences. We understand,
get your own thing.
And it's all about what can we create from this. Yes. Now. And that's what I like about the movie because it creates this image of what we know. And JP, man, hey, can we clap it up for JP one more time, man?
JP number 2.
Man, this is Johnny P, man, the man. But yeah, we're gonna talk. We're gonna have more off the record.
Go see Black Panther, man. If it's for any reason, it's called Black Panther, man.
You don't even have to be.
Let's let that go down in history, man. You don't even have to be
on any political things. If you're just a Marvel fan, man, go watch it. Great
gotta
movie.
Be a Marvel movie. Oh, let's open a door for the superheroes, man. For the kids, man.
You gotta be woke with everything, guys. You know, just a great movie.
Just enjoy. Okay. So,
moving on. Oh,
yeah, moving on.
Selling.
So,
bit.
What? All right. So we're gonna move on to Black Panther. What ended on Sunday for other people, and then Monday we had Black China.
What feel me?
The hell was that?
so much
was that?
Going on.
That was weird.
But I mean, going on to the Black China scandal. As you know, it was a sex tape that was released.
Oh, man.
You talking about the Echo?
A lot of viewers were dissatisfied with what she portrayed in the video. You know, you're thinking, okay, this is Black China, so I know that
she going ham.
You know, she going ham, bro. The sex tape got to be fire, you know. And then when we finally seen the product, a lot of women was like, okay, you know, you're doing it wrong, girl. Like, this how you supposed to do it. Like, we thought you was going to be damn near pinky, and you looking like... you looking like you just lost your virginity or something, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. What y'all think about that?
Yo, she's trying to stay relevant. She just trying to stay relevant, bro. That's it. She's nobody. She hasn't proven anything on her own. You know what I'm saying? This is how she stays relevant. So I see that we talking about her. So she's still running it up.
Man, honestly, man, to me, man, stuff like that is embarrassing. It is just so embarrassing to hear this, you know, see stuff like that. Cause it's like, one, you got a kid. You know, what if your kid grows up, 20 years old, just surfing in there, and
two kids,
and you're like, hey, look at your mom. Next thing you know, you got your homeboys and your homegirls at school clowning you because your mom over there doing some foolishness on the internet.
I mean, low key though, but you can say the same thing about like parents that are like porn stars. You feel me? Or like, you know, just anything that's not deemed normal, you know, like that's one thing I can say. Like, I'll never knock anybody hustle. I might not agree with it, or might not support it. But I mean, if you feel like that's what you have to do or what you need to do or even what you want to do, like if that makes her happy, you know, like that got her buzz popping back, you know, like, you know, I know she had what did she have, like makeup or something?
We're still wondering.
Well, I mean,
what did she sell?
She probably had that shit.
You know, like trying to have something that was out, you know. So like now, like I guess by that tape dropping is bringing more light to her name, and therefore it's gonna bring more light to her product.
In a negative way, though.
I mean, yeah, it's a negative way, but think about it, man.
When has it always been positive?
Yeah, all press is good press, low key. Like,
man, she has a Kardashian baby. She doesn't have to do that anymore. She's set.
I mean, but she got robbed though. She got robbed. Kardashian.
She's still a Kardashian. That's residual income, man. They're getting that money regardless.
Yeah, she got a Tiger too. She really getting it both ways. 18 years, she green.
bad. But yeah, that lukewarm ass tape, boy. I'll tell you. Yeah, that was pitiful. Ladies, don't be like that. But yeah, man. Let's move past it, man. We gave it too much steam now. Damn it, we gave it too much steam.
Nah, there's actually some more. Some more blackness going on in the
let's go back to the blackness. Let's go back to LeBron James running the All-Star game. And matter of fact, Quavo too, man, because Quavo ran the celebrity game too, man. More blackness, man.
Shout out to the Migos, Black man. Excellence. Like, I want to give a big shout out to the Migos for the simple fact that, like, you know,
they came up,
like, you know, they been up, but like they up for real. They like, you know, they have the song for All-Star Weekend, and now you got Quavo crossing boys, too, you know what I mean, Euro stepping, blocking shots, you know. Now he got the MVP of the celebrity game, you know. I just feel like, man, the sky's the limit for them boys, and taking it over to the All-Star game. LeBron, 15th season in the league, 1-5, and he got MVP. Like, what do y'all got to say about that?
Man, LeBron is a machine, dog. Like,
I mean, he was playing the hardest though.
That guy was not joking around. He was playing hard. He playing the hardest for sure.
He had something to prove to somebody.
But what's wrong with that though? What's wrong with playing the hardest?
He's proven to the officers, man. Like, hey, I might be out
man,
here
everybody else is thinking like, hey, I have my future ahead of me. LeBron is thinking like, hey, I don't know when the last time I'm gonna be able to do this.
Hey,
so he went all out. You see the points disparity? LeBron had like 30. Everybody else had like closest 19.
And look, and that's
16.
And that's why they're
5.
foolish. Because look, if I was Goran Dragic and I some way then moonwalked my way into the All-Star game, I'm dropping 40. You know, I'm dropping 40.
Yeah.
Look, hey,
Kimber was balling.
Like, but like niggas out there trying to have fun. Like, I'm trying to get an MVP. Like, I might not be a Hall of Famer. Like, so this is one of the many accolades. One of the my bad correction. One of the many accolades that I might be able to get in my career.
Oh man, so you gotta go hard in the paint.
You have to go hard, man.
Hey man, speaking of LeBron, I'm gonna say this before we close. LeBron, this guy is the biggest, like, approved force in American history. Like, we're approving him to just force. Like, he's just forcing and we just love it. Like, why does he tweet every single NBA player that does something good? Why does he like have something to say about everything? Like, I'm not even talking about politically. I'm just saying he just has to show you that he knows them, that's his brother, that they went out to eat before. Like he just wants to be in everything. It's like he knows he's not gonna go down in history as the like championship holder or like Jordan with 6 rings. So it's like he's touching every other base. Like, he wants to be like the most popular, like the coolest NBA player ever. I don't know what it is, but he's doing the most, man. It's cool, I guess, but I just noticed that like he wants to be involved a lot, and that's cool. I guess I see it as he's looking towards his future past the NBA. Probably. He's already because he like his investments outside of basketball is crazy. Yeah. So I see him as like a guy he's thinking post NBA, what am I really about to do? And if that's the case, man, go at it, LeBron. I say you're going down in history either way. You're not going to be the greatest basketball player, but you'll be the greatest Akron basketball player or something.
But I feel like, honestly though, that's
not topping Jordan.
I feel like that's like the beauty in it though, because it's like when Jordan, you know, like LeBron is the best player in the NBA now. When Jordan was the best player in the NBA, people wanted that. They wanted him to speak up. You know what I mean? To be that face, not just on the athletic standpoint, but it's like, yo, you a role model. You feel me?
Yeah.
So like the fact that LeBron is doing that
Yeah.
actually makes him hella dope.
No scandals.
You feel no, bro? Like you know what I mean? Like what can exactly no scandals? Like what can you honestly say? Like
That's a creative
people
player.
look at LeBron, they be like, yo, this guy's a perfect humanitarian, a perfect father.
And people don't like that.
Nah,
That's crazy.
LeBron is a real life my player. Like, you know, when you like create a my player and they give you an opportunity to say something in an interview, and you could say like something terrible, but you say the right thing every time, and you built all your attributes, and you just keep getting bigger and better with it. Like that's LeBron is a creative player, bro, and I'm glad to have him on our
crazy,
team, man.
bro, because it be like times where like other players in the league would test Braun, and I'd be like, yo.
Smack this guy.
Smack this nigga, bro.
You're right.
LeBron
be
he's
humble.
Like, man,
he's
know,
humble.
You know, I'm above that guy.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
you know, like, and I hate it so much, but he's not the villain, bro. And
Impressive.
LeBron is never gonna. Even when he went to Miami, we thought, okay, this guy's gonna be the villain.
He was cut up.
You know when Hulk Hogan left and went to NWO?
Yeah.
He said, okay, this guy's
on
gonna be
him.
the villain.
Yeah.
LeBron said, you thought.
I'm
I'm gonna get these
nice
rings,
guy.
hoe ass niggas.
Nah. We ain't heard no scam. We haven't heard he cheated. Nothing. Like that's crazy. Like Michael Jordan, they say he might be the reason his dad died with his gambling and stuff. That's a pretty big scandal. They said he was a big gambler. We haven't heard like nothing. Like Kobe Bryant admitted to doing whatever with these women, dog, settling out of court and like multiple times. And I'm sorry, but I believe it. I believe that Kobe touched some women because he probably thought they wanted him. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that we haven't even, let alone heard a accusation about LeBron, like.
Well, now that's mad true though, for sure. So, hey, I mean, shoot, I think that's it, y'all. You know, Vic went to Wakanda, so we about to go home. Man, shout out to Johnny P, man, for coming through, man, blessing us, man. Johnny, got any shout outs or anything, man? Let the people know something.
Shout out to the family. Shout out everybody, man. If you listening, then shout out to you. You know what I'm saying? We just starting. Everything just getting started. So if you here, man, shout out to you. We going to the moon.
Anybody else got any shout outs before we sign out in this bad boy?
Hey, man, shout out to the whole Black Panther staff.
Yeah.
You feel me? Y'all did an amazing
Michael
job,
B need an
man.
Oscar.
Shout out to that boy Mike B, man.
Need an
Chad, you
Oscar.
did your thing too, but that guy Mike. Hey, keep the dreads, my B. Keep the dreads, bro. But yeah, man, you know, shout out to everybody, man. You know, I know, of course, Black History Month isn't over, but you know, it's been a heck of a Black History Month, man, and it's just a beautiful thing to see us progress and make it this far. I just pray that we just continue to do so all throughout the year for the rest of our lives as well.
Real quick. It is graduation season, meaning that somebody somewhere needs their graduation cap done. So if you need your graduation cap done, please follow my girl on Instagram at The Great Designs, TheGrayDesigns. Did I spell that correct? Yes, I did. Yeah. I was going kind of fast. Yeah, I said The Great Designs. She does custom caps, anything you want. So make sure you hit her up, check it out. If you know anybody, hit her up.
And if you need a photographer to take your pictures, that's what we got J Rock Supremo for. So go ahead and hit JP up. He'll take grab pictures that's gonna last a lifetime.
Nah, for sure.